what the hex is you guys talking about?
Hey everyone, it's Sandy Beach at the beach. I hope you're having a great day.
Where is our founder, Richard Hart?
What the hex is going on in
What the
Hexico?
heck, guys?
Elmire is with
Everything is burning up
me.
or burning down.
Burning down. Yeah, we're still burning Pulse and Pulse X while we're going down, though. That's the only positive thing. It's lots
Burn,
of
baby,
trading
burn.
volume.
Burn, baby, burn, like the wallet.
Oh my. How are you feeling these days? What are your, I mean, let's get right into it. This is episode volume number 30. Welcome everybody. We're 30 episodes in on What the Hex every Thursday. Actually, Papa B, now that he moved to the island, he's now an island boy in the Pacific Ocean. I think we might have to move the show going forward, because for him it's like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. That's really terrible. I couldn't do it at this time, and I think we have to move it back 3-4 hours so that for the Europeans it would be 8 or 9 o'clock in the afternoon, and for you guys it'll just be 3-4 hours later. I hope our loyal viewers will join us on the new time slot. So we're still discussing it, we're still debating it, but that might happen. That Tuesdays still be Wake Up Hex, but Thursdays we'll move it a little bit later. Let me just say hi to the chat real quick before we get into things. Wow, we got Alan Fizame first. Congratulations on episode number 30. Red Squirrel coming in second, and Avalon in number 3 position. And here comes Nom Nom pulling a Karen, literally, and saying no, Hex and SB was first. Honorable mention to Hex and SB. I saw that this afternoon, but close but no cigar. So Alan
Nom is dropping the ball.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Nom is letting us down. Orion is here. Good to see you guys. SE in the chat, DJ and Hexican, Hex on air. Melf Tony is here. Good morning, good morning. That Buddy Mechanic, good to see you. Vets and Crypto, Hexican American. Man, got a live crowd. Lots of people. Paul Sachs, good to see you. Akusa 1000, let's go. Absolutely, let's go. Mrs. Avalon checking in. DJ Creditis from Down Under. What's the time in Down Under right now? DJ Cryptomatic, how do you get the Hex slip mats? That's a secret, my brother. That's an absolute secret. It's actually a shop in Germany that does these. It's like a photograph, a picture shop where you can order these mugs and have your own picture on it. And they also happen to do very good, very high quality slip mats where you can design the logo by yourself and they just print it for you. Wasn't that expensive, actually, but it's in Germany. So you have to really Google and look in your jurisdiction where what's available. Speaking of jurisdiction, Elmire, the SEC won't let me be, but it feels so empty without me on Uniswap, especially. How did you learn about this? What was your first reaction when this story broke?
I was basically in the middle of work because some people still work.
Yeah, me too.
Even though we are G's, we still work to fill our bags.
Don't quit your day job yet. Yes.
Yeah. And I was taking a break. I happened to, for some reason, click on the Twitter icon, and then all hell broke loose.
Yeah,
broke loose, and I saw the drama and the memes and all these shenanigans, and I had to partake a little bit on it too, of course.
Yeah. Why we want to know what's going on?
Yeah, just to understand. To me, it's an amazing publicity stunt. So if the movie, most of the seatings were already filled,
Yeah.
I think
Now they're
now
filled.
all of them will be filled. So thank you, SEC, on that. But
Yeah.
the degree to which they had to try to shape the narrative to create a case they can even throw at us just blows my mind, because
Yeah.
it's so
Hey, Peter.
far-fetched, some of the things they said on the document, and most of them are even false. They are comparing X to a sacrifice, which is something I see most of our influencers or people that have a voice not making clear. Like, X was not a sacrifice. X is completely separated from Pulse and Pulse X. It's completely done. You could not even swap it on Uniswap day one. The only way you could get it was through the go.x.com front end, and all the adoption amplifier code and etc. was baked in the smart contract. So it was all done in a decentralized way, even the launch itself. So
yeah, it's can't be compared because the product was already completed, and this
and people decided to buy it via the adoption amplifier, and by buy it I mean swap Ethereum for it, without knowing exactly how many we would receive due to the way the system was implemented. And everyone, and the code was fully done, released before people could even throw money at it. So it's impossible to be a security the way it was done. That's for X. Pulse, they can discuss the sacrifice, even though we all know the definition of sacrifice. Richard made it clear on both websites and on all his streams that you are not expected nothing. The money is not yours, is gone as long as you send it to another wallet. We also said that on all the Telegram chats we had for 24 hours for months, saying if you send your money, it's gone. You can expect points, and those points are awarded based on a specific set of rules. And you may or may not receive some tokens.
You may get a free airdrop. That is the actual wording.
We even played around saying the African priests, I think it was even Papa that started it, may rain some free tokens on us. And the key is free tokens valued at exactly
zero value. Yes.
Because nothing that is created from scratch has any value until someone gives it value by deciding to trade you for it.
Yeah. And that was more than 2 years ago, where it was very clear prior to participating in the sacrifice that this is how it is. And one smart person on Twitter mentioned this today. I actually retweeted it on my Twitter because I'm not that smart, but I took his tweet, and he said that like prior action is what legally matters, not what happened later. So now later you have a pulse chain. Now you have like development on that pulse chain. But during or before the sacrifice started, there was no mentioning of any development work, of any.
You are not supposed to expect anything.
Expect zero. And that was just, you can throw your money in this to make a political statement for freedom of speech, freedom of movement, which was very prevalent during the pandemic times, because nobody could really travel where they wanted. It was, and nobody could say what they wanted, because when you talked about COVID on YouTube, you got your stream taken down. I mean, it was in relation with these events, and no word of any future, and this is what counts, not what it is right now or after the fact that people have sacrificed.
And not only that, but people talk about this is just words, and people were expecting things. Well, if you had an expectation, that was on you.
That's on you.
If I
may I say something?
Yes.
From
Who
what
are
I
you?
heard,
No.
Who are you?
from what I heard, from what I read, sorry.
What you read?
It's comically badly done because, and here is why, because somebody came to the SEC, complained, and told them their wrong interpretation of things, and they took it as face value.
And wrong information, even how the system works.
Yes, but
even that is wrong.
But
like the validators and all that. Yeah,
that doesn't surprise me. It's those people know nothing that are working for the SEC and they do their job. They do nothing else. They just do their job, and then they fuck off to their families after the 8 hours is done. So that's fine. Hex, everything about Hex, what I heard or what I read there, it's wrong. They mingle Hex and Pulsex and Pulse together.
And the Hex chain and the Hex chain.
Yes, that's horrible.
the Hex chain.
That's probably Elon Musk.
It's just bad information. But on the other hand, Pulse and Pulsex sacrifices. That's basically attackable from the angle that it's just ICO with. You just change the name. I don't know how much it's the words matter. I guess they do a lot, but
they do a
that's
lot.
It's attackable in a way that it's basically just an ICO. That would not surprise me. That
again, we're not qualified securities lawyers or attorneys here.
Of course, nobody is.
Everybody's trying to find out what's going on. So this is just our opinion and our observations, what we think is going on right now. We're not really involved, so it's very difficult even for us to understand what exactly and how it came. What I just find very interesting is that an agency like the SEC can go on some platform on the internet and advertise, hey, we've charged Richard Hart with such and such and such, and subsequently the price does a 50% halvening. Because that's not okay if when it's not yet proven that this is what they claim is actually happened.
People are afraid, of course.
You know why? Why is that cryptomatic? You know why? Why is that? Why does that happen? Why SEC accuses someone and the price drops?
The price drops.
You know why?
Like, where are you going? I don't know.
No, I'm just asking.
Maybe I know, but I don't know where you're going. Like it's games.
It's because this is a speculative market.
Yeah, and it's manipulated.
And cryptocurrency, it's even just like all markets are speculative, and cryptocurrency, it's just like speculative market, like on steroids. Yes. That's why everyone is just guessing what will happen, and
but they must know that. They must know that this is not the stock market and that it can have a crazy impact putting something like this out.
Even something, if they accused Tesla of something, their stock will do the same thing. This is applicable through all markets. Like
that's crazy. 50% down in value. Wow.
Yeah, the only difference is here is it's more speculative, like Peter said. So there are more people that are in it only for the speculation without really understanding it.
Everyone here is here only for the speculation, and
I wouldn't say all.
No, we're in it for the tech.
No, of course, all of us are here to make money in a way or another. But at least to me, it's not only for that. If it was only for that, I would sold the thought and I would have 15-year stakes. Simple as that. But yes, the majority of people is only for the money, and the majority of people do not understand how this works, what the difference between the tokens, what is X versus Pulse versus X. They just heard some names on the internet and they just ape in. And if some entity with important political power and social power wants to enforce something upon it, even without doing their due diligence and just saying things that are blatantly wrong, of course, those people will jump ship, right? Because they are afraid of losing their value, being persecuted, and basically being what do you say it? I can't remember the word, but basically being penalized for it, and so they jump ship.
Right. Lay Mocock says DJ Cryptomag doesn't understand how the price of an asset moves up or down based on news. Yeah, I really don't. Like, do you think it's my first rodeo? I'm a crypto veteran since 2016, bro. I've seen worse. I've seen way worse than this. That's why we're still putting on a
Doesn't
show.
mean that you understand it.
That's true. I know nothing. I know nothing.
To me, the SEC case doesn't bother me as much as
Well, sucks.
all the people. Yeah, but it bothers me more the people that are taking advantage of it to spread wrong information about the project themselves, and the paper being wrong.
Nothing has changed since 2019. Nothing has changed since.
It changed the fact that they now have a document where they can point to that says this, this, and this, even though the document is wrong. They can claim it to be true, basically, and that's what bothers me most.
What do you make of this news today with the MetaMask and Uniswap now blocking HEX on their front ends?
Actually, I haven't tested it, but I will test it now. But
that's what I read on the.
But I would say it's a front end thing for the US. But
maybe it's US only.
No.
Yeah.
I tried Uniswap and they just don't like it.
So when you put in the contract, it fails.
Because I already had added HEX.
Yeah.
And right now when I
buying the dip,
when I try to select HEX, it's grayed out with
unsupported asset.
No sign.
It says unsupported asset to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So
but it's only front end, of course.
Yeah, it might actually work in Europe, so it might.
No. In Europe, that's what I'm saying. Even here, it's blocked.
It's blocked. Okay, but one inch is working, right, as an alternative.
Yes.
And also, what's his name?
And ChangeNow.io also works.
ChangeNow.io and Alex from Hedron. He has
a front end
forked Uniswap front end as well. That's on the Hedron website and Icosa, so you can.
But do you know why that is? Because
swap there.
Hayden Adams or whatever his name is, called HEX scams, back in the way back in the day.
The guy from Uniswap.
Yeah.
And he's in
Uniswap
Brooklyn. The CEO of Uniswap sounds very decentralized. And he happens to live in Brooklyn or some of those guys.
Is not decentralized, right? It's just the tech behind it.
Yeah.
So it's a Brooklyn thing. The protocol, it's you can use it if you can, but gatekeeping the front end, it's basically gatekeeping it all, because nobody, how many people can use functions on Etherscan? Nobody uses that. Nobody.
Yeah, but thankfully,
but we have people that build different front ends.
Yeah, thankfully our community is ahead of it. Thankfully.
But it's just wrong.
Yeah, I've just found it a little bit reckless how they break this news and before anything has really happened.
It's fucking crazy.
Knowing damn well that it affects the price like that. It's a sell the news event, and I just, even if it's
a beautiful thing.
The movie should have been the sell the news event, not this.
Oh well, the movie. Let me
but dude, think about it. You obviously know that this is an insane overreaction to dumb news. So it's the buy of the century.
It's very logical.
It's fucking crazy because it's an institution that's only in one country. If something goes wrong, they pay a fucking fine and do the same shit anyways. So literally nothing changes. If everything goes
reckless,
bad, someone pays a fine, and then the code is still like, the reaction to this shit is completely retarded, and I get it because everyone is doing it, and then everyone gets emotional, and I guess also it's just a few people selling, but it's so insanely obvious that
everyone was selling. Even if you believe 100% in Pulsechain and you were the third guy that read the news, you sold because you're not retarded and you knew that the price would go down. I didn't know,
yeah, but that's
so I didn't sell.
Problem with this shit.
I didn't sell, but the number 14 whale apparently in Pulsechain dumped the whole bag in one go.
Like I think.
I mean, if you can make a proper trade with it, good.
Yeah, but that was a big like in the whole selling. I mean, how crazy is that? If you are number 14 whale,
good
and
for
you're not
him.
believing in this, like what the heck? What the hex?
No, people
are.
If I
would work in the SEC and I knew who was going to get sued, I would just always just buy the depression of the
insider trade.
Yeah, just buy the depression, and then you know it's going to go up within a day or whatever, and then sell it again. I bet Gary does it in some way. I bet he's making a shit ton of money on these stupid things.
I mean, the senators are not. They can insider trade. Like it's not forbidden.
Yeah, how insane is that? Like, how is
if you make the rules, they don't apply to you. It always have been like.
Yeah, but it's so intensely retarded that people then give authority to these dumbasses.
It's corrupted. It's corruption.
You see the document. It's pretty much like
no. People. It's how it works. If you have the power, if you make the rules, they don't apply to you.
Yeah.
It always was like that in all human history. Always will be.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Just deal with it.
We keep it alive by giving it any power. Like,
nothing will change or happen or anything else. Like this is always how it was.
Yeah, because people have mentalities like you that nothing will ever happen.
Oh, of course, yes. What will you do? You will do nothing. Just
pitchforks.
Learn how the world works, and
swim along.
Get on top.
Well, Richard is tweeting again, which is good. He
was surprising to be honest. I was
paused for one day, and then he whacked out an update to Pulse X on the testnet, like if nothing happened. And then today he tweeted this
nonsense
again, reiterating what he's about. And like Markable says, I'm doing the best I can to make the world a better place, and I want you on my team. Be the change you wish to see in this world.
Do you think he had an advisor reading this post or something?
I don't know, but if he takes this head on, we don't know, but if he takes this head on with the SEC, then that might bring maybe a little bit of change. If he just settles, I mean, I'd be okay with everything because we just want this to go away and move on with our stuff. But of course, the right thing to do here, I think, if you think bigger picture, would be to tackle it and countersue these Brooklyn bitches who made these stories in there.
Yeah.
Like they're completely false. And oh my God, he bought the LV bag. Like, oh my goodness. Like, this is how you construct a case around the Louis Vuitton bag. Like, what?
To be honest, I still don't really know what the SEC now exactly does, because if they get you, you pay a fine and you keep on doing this
investors.
The exact same thing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying even if they get you
first, okay,
dude. Even if they sue you, you can just keep on doing whatever you were doing. You just pay.
If you settle, yes, but they can.
Yeah, but how insane
pass
is that?
this on to a DOJ, and then
okay. So then
you're dealing. If they detect serious fraud within this thing and not just a violation of a rule, then they can make a criminal case out of that, and then it can get very hairy.
Okay.
So there's different levels, but yeah.
Yeah, but nothing happened to EOS, right? Well, EOS died
No,
anyways.
no. They just paid a fine. I think, what was it, 20 million?
27.
Or 27.
Yeah, but how
27,
insane is that? You
24.
just paid them off
Kept
and then
on
it's like, yep,
trucking. Yeah.
I can keep on going. Thanks.
But that's what we're alluding to here, that
24.
they just they filed this because they didn't get their cut. Like they want a piece of the pie.
I guess.
That's what this is in the first place.
It's just really strange that people know how it goes and then they still give it value.
We want people to come through us and then it's all fine and dandy, so that they always have their finger in the pudding. And
it's just fucking criminal.
Yeah. Cryptomatic, this is how the world works. Even around here, if you want to build something, a building inside of the city,
you have to get a permit.
You just buy the property, start building, just finish up the building, and then you will pay the fines, and everything will be fine.
Yeah, but in our case, we didn't build a building. We did an adoption amplifier and a sacrifice, to which none of these rules really apply. So.
But Crypto Ethos says it well. RH bend the knee.
Bend the knee.
I don't
North
think
remembers.
I don't believe. I think his ego is too big to do that.
Ever settle when then?
And he's way too right.
He's not going to settle, for sure.
There's no way, dude. Like this case is way too. It looks way too easy on paper, at least.
Not only way too easy, but he can make a stand, and if he fights it, and to me, it's there's nothing else possible than a win, in my opinion. He'll make a stand and show all the crypto that he was in the right, and that X was not a scam, and that X is legit, and Pulse and PulseX are legit too.
But
and if for some mysterious reason Richard loses the case, everyone in crypto is fucked, because if X for some reason is deemed the security, every other coin and token are guaranteed to be security. The precedence will be guaranteed for everything, because X is the most decentralized coin ever launched or distributed.
Absolutely.
In existence. And decentralization of all the codes was done and implemented and released is different than an entity having the majority of token. And we know that your way is your way, but we don't know that if it's controlled by 1 people, 10 people, 20 people, an entire organization that we are not aware of, right? So simplifying it as Richard is your way or controls your way or most likely is your way owner is not a very good simplification in my view.
It's just assumptions.
It's just assumptions upon assumptions. And what's the difference between X and having your way as a centralized value owner, or a centralized value owner, is different than, for instance, Binance Smart Chain, which has a centralized value owner and a centralized chain controller, because they can stop the chain, they can stop the token,
right,
and they can dump the value to 0 also. So they have all of that plus more. And what this entity can do is literally change the APYs for other parties for the contract itself based on the amount it takes, or dump it all to 0 if he wants to ruin this project. And Satoshi could have done that on the first 2 years because he owned the majority of the supply. The supply will reduce as other people are accruing that inflation. It's how any decentralized system stops being decentralized, and as it moves forward, because the inflation will make it so the owner does not, or the controller or the OA does not end up having such a big portion of the supply as the token inflates. Which is
actually, can we touch on this real quick?
BTC.
Because as the aftermath of this,
let me just finish.
Yeah.
Let me just finish.
Sure.
One of the points that I see people not making on the spaces they can make, or when they are speaking to other people, is really the similarities we are making with Bitcoin is how the inflation works. At the beginning, Satoshi had the majority of supply because it's the way it was launched. Someone needs to have the initial supply, right, or the majority of the initial supply, and then as the inflation is done or happens, that supply is going to be decreasing over time. It's exactly the same metric, but people, when they are talking about it, they talk about richer this and that, but it's the same in any project. Ethereum didn't launch decentralized. Vitalik owned 99.9% of the tokens. He even dumped those tokens on the market.
Bitcoin, 90% is owned by the top 2,000 wallets. Yeah.
Still after 14 years.
After 14 years.
Yeah. 15 years. So what metric are they trying to compare here?
Yeah.
You cannot compare something on the 3rd year to something on the 15th year and expect to have the same sort of decentralization, the same with Ethereum. So people should make those points, and those points are the ones that actually matter.
I also listened to these spaces because, of course, after this news broke, tons of spaces popped up with Mario and I mean, we had Rex in there and Dipcatcher. He made some good points, but then of course Tone Vase and Ranuna, everybody from the BTC establishment jumped on this now. And the point of the decentralization, that seems to be their thing, what you just mentioned, where they try to pin it down. But I believe we have a different definition there of what decentralized means. Like the ownership of the supply for now, as you alluded, is not decentralized because the OA in Pulsechain, Pulsex, HEX owns the vast majority of the supply. So the supply is not decentralized, but for us, this is okay because as long as the OA acts as the protector of the system, so nobody from the outside can, like in Bitcoin, you have these, what's it called when you have 60% of the hash rate and you can
51%.
51% attack. Yeah, you can then mess with all. So due to the OA being this protector, this can never happen. And when you have funds locked up with people for 15 years, you can't, there has to be no possibility. It has to be safe. Like something like this cannot happen. Plays a big part why it is the way it is. But where Hex and Pulse and PulseX is completely decentralized and better than any other crypto out there, that's the not your keys, not your coins aspect. That to earn yield, to earn additional hex, you don't have to trust a third party with your coins. You don't have to give your Bitcoin to a Mashinsky and hey, can I earn some interest on that? Please trade this for you. Or like BitConnect initially said, give us your Bitcoin, we trade it, and you get a part of the profits. Like in Hex, you do everything by yourself. You interact with the smart contracts, always in your wallet. You at any moment, even when those coins are locked up with the smart contracts for the time of your stake, you are still in full control of your keys. And that's why what we mean, us as Hexicans, by decentralized. But these other guys don't seem to get that.
There's no backdoors. There's no lies. There's the contract and you interacting with it.
Yeah.
That's what decentralization is. You have decentralization of value or centralization of value, that is ownership of the tokens, but that's not decentralization of how the code works and how it's permissionless. You don't need to ask permission to run the contract or do whatever the contract says, and no one can stop you from interacting with it. That's what decentralized means, and that's why on DeFi, everyone got their money stolen by BlockFi and Celsius and whatever, because the code was not decentralized, because they can click a button and you're fucked.
Yeah.
And that's
but these spaces get 5,000 viewers at a time. I've seen 128,000 on the replay. Crazy. And it's full of people acting like they understand what crypto or what Hex actually is.
When most
Same
of
as
the
in this
speakers,
lawsuit, but
when most of the speakers that are talking on that panel as figures of authority lost millions of their dollars investing in BlockFi and Celsius and whatever,
yeah,
that says it all. right?
True.
How can they?
One of them actually admitted, yeah, I got totally wrecked on that.
How can I screw so badly?
Yeah,
and still speak.
That's very true.
High and mighty, like I'm the best of the world.
Yeah.
It's like, no, dude, you fucked it up. You're dumb. You screwed shit up, and then you lost it all, or most of it. And now you're complaining here because there exists in a way that has most of the value and can send the price to zero. Okay, if he sends the price to zero, the code continues to do whatever it does, and people can still play around. It's as if you just now launched, everyone can acquire the amount of tokens they like, and you start the price from zero, and the code continues working exactly as it is. And people like to speak of the bad, but they don't like to speak of the good things that the OA can do for the system, if she so desires. And solely being able to stake or unstake tokens. It's as simple as that. And another thing that people don't seem to understand is, okay, math on the blockchain, and people are free to do the math. And that was a point on the speakers, the video from, I think it was the Wolf of Wall Street touch yesterday. What differentiates X from other tokens and from staking? Yeah. Well, X is the first contract where you actually can define the length of stake, that you are rewarded based on the length of stake. You're not, it's not mandatory to stake, but you are rewarded by the length of your stake. And if you decide to stake, you have to fulfill your promise, or else the contract itself will penalize you. There's no other contract in crypto that had done that until X showed up. And even today, no one does it in the same way. And that's what makes it unique. And that's when someone asks, why is X different than all other tokens? That's what they should say. It's like, it's the only one that likes to really stake your tokens for whatever period of length, from 0 days to 5555 days. You earn depending on the amount you staked. And it was a first contract where you are really penalized if you didn't fulfill what you said by staking the amount of time you decided. And the way the inflation is split based on the staking.
Yes.
Those are the innovations.
I read that today on Twitter when somebody said, we always knew from day one that the 38% APY in HEX, that's a scam. But it is not. Like, if you stake 10,000 HEX for a minimum of 7 years every year,
that's just the average. That's just the average.
You get 3,800 HEX on top of that every year. At least. It's probably way more than that with the penalties and everything else. That's
the average.
So how can this be a scam? That's how it works. And it's as simple as that.
Yes, and it's guaranteed by the code, and people don't understand that for some reason.
Yeah. Hey, Toby, how are you doing? You're in Miami at the premiere.
Dude, I'm trying
not
to come unglued. It's like, here's the deal. And it's such a weird sense memory, because I haven't been in Miami in 20 years. But I remember having a similar experience now that I'm back. Construction. Wherever you stay in this fucking city, make sure you're super explicit. If there is construction going on, please put me on the opposite side. I don't know. I'll be really quiet for a second. Okay, hang on. And I'll see if you guys can hear.
We can hear.
Salt benches. Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah. That's fucking jackhammers, baby. So as soon as I check out of this shithole, I'm going to just roast them as hard as I can to my whopping 6,000 Twitter followers, and see if I can really make a dent in their fucking
at the Palm Beach Inn.
Yeah, right. Fuck me running. But the weather's beautiful. I'm super excited to be here. I'm tired as hell. It's but happy to be here with you guys for a few minutes to kind of give my sentiments on what's going on.
That's awesome. I just had the highest of stake up. Let me just go back to this again. So the premiere is tomorrow, correct?
Premiere is tonight for the red carpet event. The public showings begin tomorrow. So I'm super stoked because I have not seen the final cut. So I don't know how the movie ends. You know, it's like we all got to see like their first version, maybe I don't know 6 months ago or something when they were kind of shopping it around, and then they decided to add on all the Pulsechain funness, and it's like, man, could they have shoehorned our buddy Gary Gensler in there? Could they have done it at the last minute? I don't think so, but talk about free advertising. It's like you
couldn't have come in a better week.
You couldn't pay for this kind of advertising. Could not pay for it. It is bonkers. And it's like, and my fiance is like, you've lost billions of dollars.
You've lost everything.
Obviously, I've not lost billions, right? But still, it's like, you've lost billions of dollars. It's like, why are you giggling? I'm like, this is awesome. It's a long-term game, and this is the best fucking thing ever. I mean, the whole idea was eyeballs, right? It's like we want eyeballs on this freaking movie that we like put our blood, sweat, tears, and way too much money into. And now it's like we have the best chance ever of like global distribution, more ticket sales, all that stuff. Yeah.
So is Netflix calling you or something?
Dude, they're all blowing me up. Jeff Bezos is in my voicemail. It's like, hey, you got to do it on Prime. And Elon's like, hey, we're gonna do like a whole streaming thing on Twitter. We want you guys to be the first. So yeah, it's like, but I took some time out for you guys because I didn't.
That's amazing. Thank you very much. So we got an inside view here of the cinema room where it will actually premiere. So I think it's Patrick here tweeting, testing the actual cinema reel if it's running, and he brought in a special case with the video recording of Richard, who will make a special announcement to the crowd before the film starts, and that we might actually get a glimpse of that on the interwebs. So we're looking forward to that, and people are lining up now for to get the tickets. Look, is it real?
Crazy.
They can't wait. They're trying to get in. It's amazing.
That's actually, that's just the autograph line for RG3.
For RG3.
So,
no, that's the world calling Irish.
No, it's not.
Oh,
no, it's
God.
not. Peter, come on,
Yikes.
Just again to reiterate, for selected special VIPs, it's tonight, and then tomorrow is for the public opener who could buy the tickets is on viewings on 4th and the 5th. It's going on the whole weekends in all major cities across the United States, and you guys can still support the cause. Again, the highestofstakes.com, they have a merchandise shop. Any items you buy here, some of those funds, there's a cap, there's a hoodie, there's a t-shirt, and of course the limited edition box set with the vinyl of the soundtrack, which I have to admit I have now ordered as well.
Hell yeah, man.
So as soon as that arrives, whenever it arrives, we will do an unpacking of this here on the show. But some of these funds that when you buy these items, it goes towards promoting of the movie. Is there anything else you'd like to share with regarding the highest of stakes, or shall we have a look at your latest tweet with the chart?
Yeah, we'll talk about the charts in a second. A couple quick things about highest of stakes. I personally purchased 160 tickets, I think, to the showings here in Austin. I don't know if all those have been given away yet. Check the highest of stakes Twitter. There was a sign up there, so if you're in Austin and need tickets, there might still be some of those free tickets available. I don't think so. I think all the Friday ones were gone for sure, but there might be a few for Saturday. I'll be in Austin tomorrow on Friday, so I'm just here in Miami for tonight, and then I take off for Austin tomorrow morning super early, hopefully before the construction starts, because that was not pleasant to wake up to today. But I've got an early flight tomorrow to Austin, so I'll be there, and then like an extra little like, what the fuck? If I'm broke, I might as well just spend all the money. So I bought a couple of box sets to give away. So in Austin, I haven't figured out how I'm going to do it yet, but like somebody in Austin, I'm not sure.
Just get one. Nice.
Somebody's going to get one. So at the premiere, I'm gonna be there. I hope they saved a ticket. I gave all the tickets to Highest of Stakes to distribute for me. So thank you to Caitlin and Evan for doing that. That was super nice because that sounded like a nightmare. And yeah, so I will be there. Hopefully they saved a ticket for me, because that would be hilarious and par for the course for this trip if I go down there and they're like, we gave all the tickets away and you can't go. So, but whatever.
And
so
Nerd Girl
I'll be,
will be there too, right? Nerd Girl, because I believe she bought an extra hot dress for the red carpet.
I heard she was doing like a couture gown or something. So that's pretty cool. You know, I mean, I'm wearing like my Chucks. You know, I got my.
You're going with a Hawaiian shirt,
dude. I got my All Stars. I got like a weird Cuban shirt. It's like I don't know. It's like I got a couple options. It's like I thought it was like better. Well, think about it. It's like, would you rather be underdressed at something like this or overdressed?
The most important
I was going to do the
most important question, Toby, is: does your shirt have a front pocket?
My shirts always have front pockets, bro.
Does it fit a cell phone cam?
There will be no bootlegging from this guy. It's like we put too much money into this thing to like let it out there for nada. But yeah, no.
Streaming, like you post on the OnlyFans, private streaming from Toby.
Right, it'll be like sign up here.
To join your OnlyFans, yes.
Yeah, really. Sheesh, no doubt. But yeah, also I will be. So I'm going to be in Austin tomorrow night for the premiere. I'm not sure. I think Nerd Girl's here in Miami, but I haven't seen anybody yet. Like, you know, I mean, I've got Elon and Jeff Bezos calling me, but like none of these fucking OGs are getting me. Like nobody. Like I'm like all alone. No, actually, I didn't even tell anybody I was here until. I still haven't told anybody I was here. Actually, I got here yesterday and just kind of laid low, hit the beach a little bit, grabbed some food, and chilled out. And but here's something funny, and you kind of got to understand my fiance's sense of humor, because it's like she's crass like me, so this isn't like super crass, but she was like joking with me. She goes, "Oh my God, that room's amazing." She goes, "Please don't bring any sluts back there." And then I did like a walkthrough of the room, and I don't know if you can see the shower, but the shower is kind of amazing.
You can fit at least four.
So the thing, I was joking with her, and I'm like, you can get all the sluts in that shower. So it's just going to be like packed like sardines after the premiere tonight with all the sluts.
Hollywood parties.
Yeah,
that's the way.
Right,
I'm too, the
dude.
Stash, so
the porn.
Yeah, right.
The cocaine. Take some pictures.
I'm the creepy old guy now. Like in Boogie Nights, it's like I might have been the porn star like in my 20s. Now I'm the creepy old guy in the corner, just like watching all the young people do the creepy shit. So yeah, too old. No,
but that's great. We're all very, very excited for it, and also Maddie is hosting.
You're excited for the shower to be packed with sluts?
No, for everything around it, like for the whole thing. I cannot wait for this.
Yeah, totally,
see what
dude.
The reactions are. See what people say on Twitter. I know we had Markable earlier. He dropped out, unfortunately, with the connection.
Oh no, love that
he
kid.
said like, I don't want to hear people spoiling the movie for me, but I'm kind of keen to hear what people think and what they say. So it's going to be very interesting. Maddie is hosting a 48-hour live stream around the whole thing, starting tonight, I believe, at some stage, and we are all over the course of the next 2 days be joining that stream as well. So watch out for Maddie's Twitter.
Yep. So I'll actually be joining Maddie and Brizology tomorrow afternoon on that stream. From Austin, and then after the Austin showing, and hopefully I'm able to find someone to give a box set to, I then fly to Dayton, where I have family in Ohio, so it's going to be cool, a little reunion with some fam, and I've got another box set that I'll be giving away to anyone that comes, or not anyone, but to someone that comes to the Dayton showing, Dayton, Ohio. So if you're in the Ohio area and come to the Dayton showing on Saturday night, you will have a chance at one of the box sets that I'm giving away. So yeah, it's a little bit of a whirlwind. I'm gonna have to sleep for like a week. I'm not, it's been a little crazy. But hey, charts. So this is fun, right?
So we had a bit of a black swan, right?
Yeah. Do you want to do the intro, man? It gives me life.
Oh my God.
It's like my favorite.
It's the best intro ever.
It's my favorite thing.
Where is our founder, Richard Hart?
One, the Toby boy.
Oh my God.
Nothing? Technical. It's par for the course, bro.
Peter is messing with me.
No,
Peter,
I'm not
stop
clicking
it.
anything.
By the way, that Hexagon has an amazing voice. Kudos to her.
Yeah, Lisa Marie. Shout out to Lisa Marie. She's one of Superman's from the Superman crew from the UK, but she has a fantastic voice. And thank you so much for that contribution. It's amazing.
I was unaware. So hey,
like an angel. Yes.
So she did the Chewbacca? What?
Yeah. That's her. That's all her.
Wow. That's not easy. She nailed it. She nailed it. So hey, speaking of nailed it. Okay, if you go back to the timestamp and look at this, actually, it's not this tweet. It's the tweet prior to that, I think. But this is fine. But the tweet prior to that, that little bitty wick way down there at the bottom where we touch the bottom of this new channel, I just by happenstance, I'm looking at it and I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, I think we've got a new situation going on here because we had been in another parallel channel, a blue channel that we'd broken down from. So we had made the full move and then some. I'm like, oh, great. Now we're like, it's kind of like the opposite of a blue sky breakout. It's kind of like a brown toilet drain flush. I don't know what you would call it, but it's like, it's the opposite of good. So we went through the full measured move of the blue channel and kept going. And I'm like, let me see if there's another pattern forming. I'm like, wait, it looks like not only do we have a new channel forming, we're at what could be the bottom of it right now. So I tweeted it and I'm like, this could be a bottom. Dude, it wasn't like an hour. We were up like 50%. And then, of course, I'm traveling and exhausted and didn't want to dig out my treasure. I'd actually just gotten home for like a night. And so I didn't buy the dip, bro.
Yeah. Well,
I'm heartbroken. But hopefully some people capitalized on that. I think it's not a dead cat bounce like some people, in trading terms. It's like you see a big dump like that.
Didn't bring in the bottom now, this story. I mean, what else are we?
Bro,
this has to be it, right?
Here's something else too that.
What else? What bad can happen? What else bad can happen? Like that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think in the last
aliens.
In the last 2 years.
Aliens are real. Aliens are real. They provide us all with the United Basic Income or whatever. Yeah. Nobody has to work anymore. There's no currency even required. They've solved all the world's problems, and then we can all just be equal. That's fun, right? Communism.
Yeah, I mean, on the Pulsechain side, everything does a V. Like we're 30% already back up in the green. So
So back to the charts.
Bounce back.
Back to the charts. So here's something else.
The bridge. That's the only thing left. Yeah, we don't need that.
Hey, here's something I think is significant. All right, because you guys only get me for a couple minutes, so I got to talk a lot to make up time.
You got one more minute. Yeah.
One more minute. Okay, so I'll be fast. So here's the deal. If anyone watched BitBoy recently,
yes,
on his stream he was talking about how maybe the move is like to sell Hex and then buy it back lower because blah blah blah. And look at XRP, and he's got his guy pulling up the XRP data, and he's like, yeah, it looks like the announcement was on December 28th, 2020, and and it dumped and whatever. And it's like, if you listen to that,
yeah,
it made me curious. So I went and looked. So I'm like, okay, it announced on December 28th, it dumped. 3 or 4 days later, it bottomed. I believe it was around 21 cents. And then somewhere in that, there was like a 50% run up to like 28 or like 40% run up to like 28 cents or something. But it never came back down to 21 cents. So January 1st, 2021 was the XRP bottom. Then, and if I'm wrong, someone please correct me, but it's like I'm looking on like CoinMarketCap or something like that. So January 1st was the bottom. January 19th, they were delisted from Coinbase.
Right.
If that is not a giant black eye for a project that had been pretty widely accepted, I don't know what would be, but guess what? Did not revisit the bottom. Did not go below 21 cents after that. So, Peter, kind of an answer to your question, I think this is our black swan event. I think, people that were, smart, sat on their hands or bought the dip. Maybe some lucky bastards out there sold it and bought back lower. Congrats for helping with the death candle, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah. So basically, I'd say we're at the bottom, but and the chart looks really juicy right now, and I think onward and upward from here. But I'm a hopium guy, so we'll see.
Thank you. One good thing that came out of this whole case is now that at least the SEC believes that Richard is residing in the beautiful country of Finland. We always thought it's Sweden.
I don't think he's there. I think the accusation was made when he was there for a few days, months, or whatever.
Or maybe he's moved since. Maybe he's moving now. Like, either way, Finland they eat the reikaleipä. That's the standard thing what you eat in Finland.
Looks like a bad donut.
It's like
a moldy bagel.
Yeah, and it's like a very hard bagel, and you even put them up like this on a pole in the mökki.
Yikes!
In the mökki, which is the house, and they make jokes like this.
Gender man only eats salad. It's because he was a her before.
So great place,
Wow.
Great.
What a joke! What a joke!
Shout out to Finbear. So no joke, he said. Yeah, Finbear's in the chat. Salute. That was the borderline joke that I could actually play. The other stuff he sent me is unplayable. Unfortunately, I thought I might get away with this one. Thank God. Yes. So Finland is nice, but yeah, we don't know if that's, even though this court paper is not confirming that that's where he's staying, and he might have moved ever since. Who knows? Yeah, so it still remains a mystery. All right.
Hey, can I add one thing about, because
Sure.
I didn't get to weigh in too seriously on the SEC thing.
The SEC, yeah.
Obviously, serious allegations, it's like, but I think most of us, that have been around long enough can shoot holes in that thing ourselves, if we're, legally trained or not. So I think they're going to have a really hard time. And to me, it seems like a money grab. And also there's a little conspiratorial thread in my brain that's like, they let SBF walk. And isn't it curious? Now they're going to pick out like a fat white guy that is, twerking on a G-Wagon and flexing Rolexes. That's so hateable, right? Because it's like people don't know the full story. They just know that little snippet that we've been putting all over the place, from the trailer to his year or whatever of outreach marketing. So all of that kind of feeds that narrative. So it's like, oh, have we got one that the public can sink their teeth into, that we're going to save people from? Fuck you, SEC. It's like, give me a break. It's like, actually go do some good in the world and like help some people. Yes. And I think, I think they bit off more than they can chew with this one. It's just a matter of how long it takes to unravel, because even if you're falsely accused of some nonsense, it's like, you got to lawyer up, you got to go through the legal process. Yeah. And it can be a grind, and then like my last little, like, cause I'm I'm the silver lining guy that everyone, like most people kind of hate that shit, but whatever. It's like, I would rather be optimistic than pessimistic. But check this out. So let's say it takes like a year.
It's an opportunity, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well,
they can drag this out very long. Let me just say, Hex Pong, thank you for the super sticker.
But check this out. This is like just like with my charts, I'm always looking for confluence. I'm looking for multiple things that point at the same direction or same point. So the confluence here is, just like with XRP, it bottomed a few days after the announcement. And then even though they had bad news along the way, they gradually worked their way out of it. There's some volatility in there. And then finally they were vindicated, and then they were, back to do whatever they're doing. So with this, I think it's a similar situation. It's like, we've gotten the capitulation, we've gotten the death wick, the death candle, whatever. And then now it's a matter of like, what comes next that could give us a black eye, and how far down would that take us, or how long would that make us stop rising? The difference is, we have props to the XRP Marines, or whatever the fuck they call them. So are they CVs? Are they Army. Coast Guard? What are the XRP something?
The Navy.
I don't know what they are. Yeah, it's like Peace Corps, XRP Peace Corps. I don't know. But yeah. So, but the Hexcan community is like none other, and they're one of the most educated in all of crypto, certainly. So I think all of that together is going to bode well. Plus, with the movie coming out, and then hopefully we get on global distribution. All of those things are positives, right? So just like XRP had the dump, and then they got more bad news and still didn't do lower lows, and then as all this gets some clarity, let's say a year, let's say 18 months. Well, where does that put us? That puts us right in the heart of the the bull market. Right? Everyone's calling for bull market into 24, going into 25. Timing's perfect, right? Yeah. So I'm feeling pretty good, all things considered. But when you look at your portfolio and it's down 40%, it is a gut punch. So I feel y'all on that, but I got to look forward. Yeah. And then last thing I'll say, because I know you're over on time, is there's two times really that prices matter. And I'm a TA guy. I'm fucking around with it every day to like try to help people, right? Two times that prices matter: when you buy and when you sell. If you are not in a situation where you need to sell, then who gives a shit? Don't look at my charts. Don't look at the price at all. Put it away and forget you have it. Check in periodically. It's probably better for your mental health anyhow. And then wake up Hex and have some. Yeah, stake and chill, wake up Hex, come and check out DJ and the guys and have some laughs and like go out and live your life, So, but hope to see you guys in Austin and in Dayton and on the interwebs. DJ,
good luck for later today and with the
thanks, man.
That's really great. I mean, especially for you because you worked on the movie for such a long time, and now to see it happening in real life, I mean, that must be an extraordinary feeling. Yeah, it's very exciting.
It's exciting.
That's all the time we have, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We've got 90 people watching. Please smash the likes. We had 110 earlier, but when Toby came on, that's how it goes. Some people
it like plummeted.
Other stuff.
But
Elmire, Peter, Toby, thank you very much for joining me today.
I am the death candle.
The death candle of YouTube.
Of viewers, right?
I want to leave you guys with a little clip I took from Superman's latest stream. He did a very funny video. He's the UK crypto influencer. Let's watch Superman as we roll out. Thank you, guys.
Richard Hart here, founder of Hex.com, owner of the world's largest diamond. I donated 28 million charity. I told everybody 11K and pray, and I saved everybody from bear market. Yesterday, you would have heard that the SEC want to put me in jail, and they want to class Hex.com, Pulsechain.com, Pulsex.com, the greatest, in my opinion, and in the view of anybody who's got a brain, the best cryptos in all the market. And I'm better than Satoshi. And I own a Ferrari. I own a castle. And if you'd have bought Hex.com 4 years ago, you could have sold in a double, sold in a double, sold in a double, sold in a double, about 1,000 times. I went up 10,000x. Show me any chart that's done better than that.
Outro.